He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. I don't know whose dog this is, but... Doggy, doggy. Bye-bye. Like a wolf. Looked like Tango or Walt's coming back. Bye-bye. I was petting it. He's a good doggy. He's a good doggy. All right, Sunday, February 2nd, everyone. Ooh, Sunday, February 2nd. Got a little hot in here. All right. Motorcycling today on this fine Sunday, sunny day. Always gonna motorcycle to the church or as much as you can. Okay. We are on chapter 6. Oh, it's fitting because this white and black, like the white and black lettering here, they got a little black on it. I didn't know that, but my earplugs, motorcycle earplugs, got a little black on them, which it reminds me of like a black and white. But also it reminds me of my friend James, who's an atheist. But I love him, you guys. He's my favorite atheist out there, and I love him. Like Saint Paul, he was, even they could hate God, they could become the most strongest killer of the Christians, of the Romans at the time, or the Christians of the Roman officer at the time. Saint Paul was, or Saul was, and then from Paul, Saul, his eyes were opened by Jesus Christ, his dragon scales from his eyes, and then he got from Saul, killer of men, now he became a killer of God, slayer of demons, and spreading the good news of God all days of his life. From being a persecutor of Christians, a killer of Christians, to becoming a Christian on his own through God, the grace of God. And he removed the dragon scales from his eyes. No longer was he an atheist for God, but now, or an atheist against God, but now he is for God as a Christian. Slayer of men, slayer of Christians, yet now he is for the army of God. And one of the strongest Christians, from, being one of the worst to the one of the best in life. Being without God to now being wholeheartedly 100% for God. All the days of his life now, to the end of his life. Once Jesus opened his eyes on Damascus, where I'm from, in Damascus, Syria, on the straight street, where my family is from, then he became holy and for God all the remainder days of his life. After that turning point in life he had. I love him. I love Paul. We're reading the book of Proverbs today, not from the book of Paul, but eventually we're getting to the New Testament. Eventually we'll get to Paul here coming up in his life with Jesus Christ. Things hateful to God, an example of experience. We're reading on the book of Proverbs today, chapter 6, 7, and 8. Chapter 8, therefore preach wisdom. We're going to be preaching wisdom today. We're going to be listening to wisdom, taking in wisdom, spreading the wisdom, preaching the wisdom, especially on Sunday after we, hear the priest homily and, the men of God, strong men of God, preaching the good news of God. It's fitting, and I'll be stringing James's tennis racket today, so stay tuned after this. While we're reading, we're going to string up his racket, and then we're going to show you the end result. And his tennis racket reminded me of the black and white, like how my ear black, they got a little black on them, and they're white, to now, then my helmet is black. That's probably why, it's because rubbed against the black Sharpie, or I don't know how it got a little black Sharpie on it or something black. You see the little black, or dirt or something. But his tennis racket is mainly all black with a little white like that, little white accent. The head tennis racket. Then I'm gonna string it with the tour line today. It's gonna be a fun day today. Fun Sunday on this fine sunny day. Sun of this day of the sun. Sunday. And who is our sun? Who rises from what rises from the west to the east? The sun. Who is the Son of God? Jesus Christ. The sun, for he is sunshine, for he is the light of the world. He is the sunshine of the world. Especially on this, his day, his Sunday, the day of his sunshine and rays. That he is fully God and fully man. God revealed in the flesh as man. My son, if you have become surety for your friend, if you have obligated yourself to a stranger, then you are snared with the words of your mouth. You are caught up with the words of your lips. Do this now, my son, and deliver yourself, because for the sake of your friend you have fallen into the hands of your enemies. Go, therefore, and stir up your friend for whom you have become surety to meet his obligation. You shall not give sleep to your eyes, nor slumber to your eyelids. Deliver yourself like a gazelle from the snare, and like a bird from the hand of the fowler. Be like the ant, consider her ways, and be wise. Though having no harvest and no ruler over her, neither anyone to guide her. She provides her bread in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands on the chest, and then poverty shall come upon you. And then poverty shall come upon you, and distress shall overtake you. Become a successful man of God. Become a successful man. A fool, a wicked man, is unscrupulous. He winks with his eyes. He signals with his feet. He makes signs with his fingers. He is perverse in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He sows discord. Therefore his calamity shall come suddenly. Suddenly will he be broken without remedy. There are 6 things which the Lord hates. Yeah, the 7th is an abomination to him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. A heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that are swift in running to mischief, a false witness who speaks lies, and he who sows discord among brothers. My son, keep your father's commandment, and do not forsake the law of your mother. Impress them firmly on your heart, and tie them about your neck. When you walk, let them follow you. Let them be with you. Keep them that they may keep you. And when you awake, meditate on them. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light. And the reproofs of instruction are the way of life. To keep you from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Do not lust after her beauty in your heart, neither let her snare you with your eyes, nor let her captivate you with her eyelids. For the appearance of a harlot is tempting like a loaf of bread, and the adulteress hunts for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom, and his clothes not be burned? Can one walk upon hot coals, and his feet not be burned? So is he who gives in to his neighbor's wife, and touches her. He shall not be innocent. No one wonders at a thief when he is caught stealing, for he steals to satisfy himself when he is hungry. But if he is caught, he shall pay 7-fold. He shall give all the goods of his house. But he who commits adultery with a woman lacks understanding, and he destroys his own soul. And he who does it brings dishonor upon himself, and his reproach shall not be wiped out. For jealousy provokes a man's rage, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, nor will he listen, though you increase the bribe. Chapter 7. My son, keep my words and hide my commandments within you. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the pupil of your eye. Bind them about your neck, write them upon the tablets of your heart. Say to wisdom, you are my sister, and to understanding, you are my counselor. That they may keep you from the strange woman, from the stranger that flatters with her words. For from the window of her house and from the balcony she looked out. And she beheld young men, she spied among the youths and those who lacked understanding, passing through the street near the corner of her house, in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And behold, there came out a woman with the attire of a harlot, to meet one of them, a young woman who fluttered the hearts of young men. She is rebellious and gluttonous. Her feet do not abide in her house, but she roams around outside, now in the streets, and now lying in wait at the corners. So she caught him and kissed him. And with an impudent face said to him, This day I have paid my vows. I have peace offerings with me. Therefore I came out to meet you, for I have been waiting to see you, and now I have found you. I have made my bed upon a carpet. I have covered it with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us embrace each other with passion. For my husband is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He has taken a bag of money with him, and it will be a long time before he comes home. With much fair speech, she misled him, and with the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He went after her as a little child, as an ox that goes to the slaughter, and as a dog to be muzzled, and as a stag whose liver is pierced with an arrow, as a bird hastens to the snare and does not know that he goes to his death. Now therefore, O my children, hearken to me and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not your heart incline to her ways. Do not go astray in her paths. For she has cast down many wounded, many mighty men have been slain by her. The ways to her house are the ways to Sheol, going down to the chambers of death. Chapter 8. Therefore preach wisdom, and understanding will answer you. For wisdom is on the top of high places. She stands between the ways and by the paths. She cries at the gates at the entrance of the city. She cries aloud, saying, Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men, so that the simple ones may understand prudence, and the fools understand in their heart. Hear, for I will speak truth, and the opening of my mouth shall bring forth uprightness. For my mouth shall speak truth, and lying lips are an abomination before me. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing perverse or deceptive in them. They are all plain to him who understands them, and right to those who are willing to find knowledge. Receive discipline and not silver, and choose for yourself knowledge rather than fine gold. For wisdom is much better than fine gold. She is better than precious stones, and nothing can be compared to her. I, wisdom, have created prudence, and I possess knowledge and reason. Reverence of the Lord despises evil. Pride, arrogance, evil ways, and perverse speech do I hate. Counsel and sound doctrine are mine. Mine is understanding and might. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes and nobles rule, even all the righteous judges of the earth. I love those who love me, and those who seek me shall find me. Riches and honor are mine, enduring riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than fine gold, and my ingathering than choice silver. I lead in the way of righteousness, in the midst of the paths of justice, that I may cause those that love me to have hope, and I will fill their treasuries. The Lord created me as the first of his creations, before all of his works. I was established from the beginning, before he made the earth. I was established from the beginning, before he made the earth. When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills were formed, was I conceived. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the valleys, nor the best soil of the world. When he established the heavens, I was there. When he set a circle upon the face of the deep, when he made firm the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea its bounds, that the waters should not transgress his commandment. When he laid down the foundations of the earth, I together with him was establishing them. And daily I was his delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in his habitable earth. And my delights were with the sons of men. Now therefore hearken to me, O you children, for blessed is he who keeps his now therefore hearken to me, O you children, for blessed is he who keeps my ways. Hear instruction and be wise and do not go astray. Blessed is the man who heeds me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at my threshold, for my objectives are the issues of life. They proclaim the will of the Lord. Those who sin against me wrong their own soul. All those who hate me love death. Wisdom speaks. We'll begin tomorrow, chapter 9 and chapter 10. Wisdom has built her house. With that, we'll close with a prayer in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. God. Thank you for this Sunday, February 2nd, 2025. Please help us to have everlasting days like this in heaven one day with you, God. In your name we pray. Amen. Peace. See you guys tomorrow. And after I finish the tennis racket, soon to come. Next time. Ciao. I'll string the tennis racket and finish it today. Soon, in a couple hours. 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. However long it takes. After I change my clothes. And I'll be with you guys again and again. Guys, look at how beautiful the sky is. Look at it. Beautiful. So now we are going. And I just changed my clothes to some more casual outfitting. And always string this tennis racket. I mean, this is beautiful. It's a sexy, look at this two-tone. So the black, it's black and white, but you see it's not the same paint. It's like a reverse paint job. So now you know which side is, if you prefer the forehand or the backhand side. So this is the head symbol facing up. We're gonna string the racket facing up. This is head going down. You can tell because their main logo, you see head with the head going up. Like your head goes up, it doesn't go down with your head, with your little eye there. Your forehead with like a little cyborg eye, they have like a little head going up. So that's how you know it's the head should be going, you see this is down. Head should be going up when we string the racket. So we place it on our machine here, my Wilson Bayardo. And this head speed. So this is the Head Speed MP 2022 edition. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to find the midpoint. So it's right there. You can tell because, oh wow, and the black and the white, they fade perfectly. So it's in the middle there. And then what we wanna do is we wanna use our little knobs here. So I'm going to twist it so that you see this one, it's gonna go in between. So right there. So that's in between there. And then I turn this one so that it goes in between here. Okay. So this is a Speed MP 4x3/8 and okay. This, I'm gonna move it a little bit more because, okay, now it's center. No, it wasn't really in the center. Now it's gonna be in the center, okay? So I have the top knobs. There's knobs here, you see? Now we're gonna do the bottom knobs. So the bottom knobs, when I twist them, you see, this handle goes up, and then this one too, kind of, you see how it's going So see, we can always loosen it and get it up higher if we need to fit those. You see, so I'm gonna go up higher this time. Okay, so now the racket, and then I'm gonna loosen this one and have it go higher so that there is room for that clamp to, see, with the 4-point clamp method, actually it's 6-point because you have 6-point. Like my other one, I just had the two-point clamp system. Not as accurate, not as strong and more precise of a string job as if you have 4 or 6-point clamping system. 6-point is the most precise. Okay, when you're stringing your tennis rackets, you want them to be as precise as possible. So I'm making sure all these are as precise as possible. I'm making sure they're as tight as possible. I'm turning them as tight as I can. All these knobs, loosening it, then tightening them. Okay, perfect. So that's not gonna move. Look at how tight that is. That's not gonna move off of. I'm trying to move it. It's not going up and down, so it's gonna be perfect to be able to handle 60-pound, 80-pound, you know, not 80-pound. I mean, some of the pros on tour, they used to do like 80-pound back in, like with the wood rackets, you could do 80-pound. I mean, you could technically do it with this racket, but you don't want to break the racket, so we're going to string it at 52, 53 pound today. So, and usually I like to string rackets at 60 pound or 59 pound or 58 pound or 55 pound, but you want me to string a little bit lower than 55, so that's what we're going to do today for my friend James. So we got two, so this Otoro. So it looks like, oh man, this is going to look so sick on this racket. Oh, it's going to look so good. I love me the lime green. It's like the Slinko Hyper G it reminds me of. I need to turn my light on so my garage light doesn't keep going off. All right, so we turned the light on. Yep, ready to go, back in action. So now we cut the string and we measure. So I'm gonna cut this string so you guys can see. We're gonna cut them and we're gonna measure which one is longer. Because the shorter one you're gonna use for the crosses, and the longer one we're going to use for the mains, because the mains takes more string than the crosses, but we don't know until we measure by hand which one is longer and which one is shorter. So how do we measure them by hand? Well, you got to run the string through the racket first. You're going to run it through the mains, and then we're going to see which one actually, you can go, if you don't want to run it through the racket, you can just do arm's length like this. So I'll go with the end. We can do it the old school way. I mean, there's different ways to do it. This is the old school way, old school method. So we're going to take the string, and then we're going to go, so I'm going to go my one arm's length like that. I'm going to go end to end. So see, I have, my arms are long. So see, I have this one on this end, and I have the tip on this end. This one's not as precise because you see the curl and it's a new string. I'm not going to do it this way. But I mean, usually you could go like this, and then you just go all the way. But that's not as precise as if you do it. So this is how I like to do it so that you actually know the precise method to it. So I'm going to take this string and I'm going to feed it through the top here. You see, just like that. Then we're going to feed it to the bottom. Okay, very good. So I'm gonna feed this through. Now we get the other side. Now let's get the other side. Make sure we go all the way down. Make sure it's even. So see, I'm gonna feed this one through. And we'll make sure it's even. Boom. Now, since they're both even, you see, since they're both even over here, I'm gonna pull them through now. And so what I can do is with my machine, I have a little lever here, and then we just go like that, boom. Now we can slide it to position it to where I wanna go down with it. So then I'm gonna lock it in place, boom. So now I can go down, up and over and under the racket, over, under. This is the over-under method. You go over and then under the racket, Go over, start from the top, then you work your way down. Okay, so now, this is just for measuring the racket. I'm gonna count the mains, whether it's 16, 19, 18, 20. I'm gonna count it later. I just wanna see which side is longer or shorter, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna pull it all the way back. All the way back. Make sure it doesn't get caught. The string doesn't get caught here. You see how it's tangled? Let's untangle it. From the packages, they come kind of tangled a lot of the times, as you guys are now seeing and noticing. Okay, so now it's untangled. Now, as you can see, all the string is straight and it's all untangled from the knot. You see, I have it here. I have it. I'm gonna go all the way down. Okay, wait until it stops. Okay, I'm gonna put it on my motorcycle here, the camera. Oh yeah, that's a good angle right there. My bad, the motorcycle ever accidentally hit the top button when it stopped the recording. Well, anyways, I'm gonna just rest it on my motorcycle here. Okay. Now, I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing, but alright. Now I can rest on my motorcycle. Alright, that's a pretty good angle. Alright. So, take the string. Go. We're gonna see. My brother Andre doesn't like me doing these 2-hour-long stringing tutorials or 1 hour long. And they're really slow and in-depth ones. It only takes me like 30-45 minutes actually, so once I get it going, but we're doing it slow and steady because I'm showing you guys how we do it the most accurate and the right way. So, you know, and patience is a virtue. So make sure each string, you see how I'm untangling it? It was wrapped like this and wrapped like, so that I untangled it. Make sure you guys take notes at home. All right, perfect. So then I have both ends. Okay. So I'm stopped about here on my Kawasaki Ninja. So this string, it goes pretty long actually. You guys can see? Look how long that string goes. So we have it here. So when I pull it to my Kawasaki, it goes about to the corner right by that Ninja symbol. Okay. So we're gonna do the next one now and see how far it goes when we go straight like that. Now we're gonna cut this string. Oh no, I already cut it. Okay, it's already. So we're gonna take the string out. We didn't do any tension on it, so it's still good. We didn't put it under any tension yet or stress. It's still loose in there. So I'm gonna take the string out. We're gonna put it here on my clean Wilson Byardo mat. That's the dust cover mat that repels the dust, and it's really safe on there. And dust and the germs of the ground, and it's very strong. That mat is, I use it to cover up this, you know, expensive Wilson Byardo machine. Very nice mat. Okay, so we're gonna get this string now, and I'm gonna feed it both ends like I did the other one. Over, under, and through the bottom of the handle. Same like I did the other one. Okay, now we get the other end. Okay, so I'm gonna find the other end. Make sure it's not tangled. Look, you see how that got tangled a little? Make sure I straighten it out. Then we put it right there, right on through. Over, under again, over, under. Got perfect. Now we have both ends. Okay, look how that got tangled again. Straighten it out, straighten it out. So we pull both ends. And two, why this string gets tangled more than that? Because of its edges. It's not as round and smooth. This one, or I think this one is round. We can take a look at the shape of the package. The string makers will say the shape. So this one they're pretty close. This time, they're pretty much the same. This one happened to be a slight bit longer when I pulled it, so we're gonna use it for the mains. Because there's a little bit, tiny bit more string in this one than in that reel. But they're pretty similar in length. Sometimes they make one reel longer than the other. Sometimes they're both about the same length. You can use on cross and main. So this time they did it almost about, this just a hair or a millimeter longer, or an inch. So I'm gonna use the inch longer one. Sometimes it's a big difference, like you can tell, it's a big difference. Come. So I'm gonna do this on my own. You guys already seen my stringing videos and tutorials, so I'll spare you the 2 hour, 45 minute, 30 minute long me stringing this video. Because one time I did the stringing with music. I like to play music in the back, rap, hip hop, pop, alternative rock, rock and roll, all kinds of music, Christian rock, Christian rap, Christian pop, Christian hip hop, and unfortunately, and non-Christian music I like listening to, but unfortunately, when I play it on this Bluetooth speaker, and I have the music, we have it bumping, man, when I was fixing my motorcycle on the string tennis rack. And it's just like, YouTube always bans the video if I do that, or they'll ban the music, and it'll hit copyright infringement and all this and that. So, that's why I do the video. It's silent now. I don't do it with music playing in the back, even though when we fix our motorcycles, we fix our car repair videos, we read the Bible, we'll have music in the background, or string our tennis rackets to enjoy the time, pass the time. YouTube always flags it and they ban it for me, so I'm not gonna have them ban this video because I like to string my rackets and listen to music. So God bless you guys. We'll see you guys after I finish stringing the racket. I'm gonna show you the end result. So this, so this is a copal, but hexagonal shape. So it's not gonna be as smooth. That's why it's rough all around the edges, and the tangle is a little bit easier. It's harder to get it, smooth and buttery through your finger. It's easier for it because it's a hexagonal string. We're stringing Otoro 17 gauge, 1.23 millimeter, or 17 gauge. They put the 17 there. Color neon green, copolymer, hexagonal string, Otoro. I love this string. Toro Line, Toro Brain, their string is really nice, really good. I love their Hyper G string. Back in the day, this reminds me of like the classic Hyper G. Even though Hyper G wasn't hexagonal, it was a more solid circular. I think it was just one, didn't even have any, or 2 or 3-sided, 4-sided, 5-sided. This one's 6-sided string. It was just like a one, which is the smooth, buttery feel. It doesn't knot up as easily. That's what I like. Well, when you string rackets, that's why all my rackets, I like them smooth, circular. It makes them easier to string. The stringing experience goes easier. It's easier on my hands. It's easier on my time. It saves me time. But I mean, fancy, it's nice to string these fancy ones too, even though sometimes they give you hell, but it's worth it. If you go through hell, and I mean, we're all, sinners in this world, going through hell. We're trying to, slay our demons, to go to heaven. It happens. Sometimes in life, it takes hell to get to heaven. It takes appreciating hell to get to heaven. So that's what we're doing today and all days, in life. We go through this life. All right, God bless you guys. See you guys when I finish. Ciao. All right, it was 8:11 p.m. by the time we finished this, and I got all the music down, speakers and everything turned off. Saved the extra string in there, and not too bad. Look at that. I didn't do a single mess up, a single mistake on this racket. It's looking nice. Look at that. I used to have a Joker hat that was like this. I got in San Diego at the marching band trip we took in high school, and I was playing saxophone back in the day, and reminds me of this, like a jester, like a Joker hat, like a king's, with the king's guard, that the performance, he put on a good show, a good performance. And this racket, I swing it through the air, and it feels buttery, crisp, and nice. I mean, this thing is gonna definitely put on a show, and I'm excited to try. I'm excited to try it with you, James. That's the Head Speed MP 500 2022 version. Almost reminds me of the Head Radical. It looks like the new from 2024. But man, this one is the paint and everything. The little gold lettering accents. I didn't mess up a single thing. I mean, this thing is smooth as butter. I did the tie-off knots, everything smooth. So smooth. I mean, I might have left them a little bit long like that, but I mean, you can always kind of, if that's really a mistake, that's technically it's really not a mistake. You're supposed to lift half an inch, quarter of an inch, which I left just that. Some might cut a little bit shorter, like this tie off knob. I left like a quarter inch versus that one. These ones I left like half an inch. See, they're a little bit longer. Well, I mean, you can take pliers and cut those a little bit short. But the problem is that if you cut them too short, you risk, because over time they'll, when you break a string, I mean, you could unloosen it and then it could come all the way undone through that knot if you cut it too short. So that's the risk of from cutting short. But some people, I mean, if you're gonna feel up and down, which you really shouldn't be feeling up and down your racket, but I mean, even especially on the corners here, you should be grabbing your racket in your throat if you're gonna want to like two-hand or one-hand, position and flipping the racket, like, or twisting it on serving. Yeah, this thing is smooth as butter, brand new. Looks so nice. 4 3/8, that's my grip size too. I'm excited for it. Excited for us, James, to try it out here on the course and play with it. I mean, ooh, look at that black and white tone. I love me a black and white racket like this. It's when you go from left to right, I mean, I guess you can tell this side is up, so they want you to play this versus this. I mean, it's nice because then you can see which side is backhand, which side is forehand, so you can switch between. Most rackets you really can't, you just gotta feel, you just gotta know. But I mean, this one's interesting. It's very nice. Very nice. If Djokovic didn't play with this racket, I would be all on it, but I'm a Wilson diehard, I'm a Roger Federer. That's why I like Roger Federer. And I like Nadal, that's why I like Wilson and Bablots mainly. Yonex too with Nick Kyrgios, I love Yonex, but I hate heads with a fiery patch. I just hate the brand, but I mean, they make a really good racket that competes with the Wilson Pro Staff, but like this one, but I mean, I have the Djokovic, I had the, now I have my sandals, but I do have the Djokovic tennis shoes with a white dove. I mean, I guess he is Christian, which I like about him, but I mean, Roger Federer is Catholic like me, but Djokovic, I don't think he's Catholic per se, but he is Christian. Maybe he's Orthodox, maybe he's not, I'm sure, or Protestant or Methodist, but, or maybe he is Catholic, I don't know, but I know he's Christian for sure, and that's why I have a white dove on my blue, like camo military blue, and it's like a navy camo, blue, white, and black shoes from Djokovic. The A6 Gel Resolution Novak Djokovic special ones. I don't have a Roger Federer or Nadal shoe. It was just, that was the beefiest, strongest shoe at the time, so that's why I got it. And, but yeah, man, I'm excited to see you here, James, and soon, if you pick it up tonight or tomorrow night or whenever, man. Gotta play out some tennis. Would have been nice today. It was such a warm day. I loved stepping on this mat too. I tried out the mat, you guys. This gives you a nice cushion when you string racket. You can string rackets for days. I mean, I was going between floor and this, and you can feel it on the concrete floor. I mean, you don't have no cushion. My sandals, they eat it hard. My body eats it. Versus if I have the cushion, I can just be stringing even barefoot and like that for days. This is actually, I think it's a yoga mat, but it has the thick cushion that like from Walmart. They sell these for like $15, $20. These are expensive. Probably homeless or someone left it at the church parking lot and I took it. One man's trash is another man's treasure. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna wrap this up here. All right, God bless. See you guys.